I know. I already shared my 2025 luxury wish list with you all, but after I posted that video, I kept noticing that like every now and then I kept thinking of like, oh, there's another item I'd wish I had included, or oh, there's another item I wish I had included. And it's happened enough times that I figured I should do a part two. So first up on the list would be that I would love to get a suede bag. Suede has obviously had such a comeback, and it makes sense because suede really is this very like luxurious, very like rich feeling fabric. And so to put that in a handbag is incredible. I always shied away from suede in the past because I always felt like I needed to get leather bags because they're more hard wearing. But I think I'm now kind of at the stage where I've got a good number of leather bags. And so I'm not worried about if I get a suede one that it'll be used too much because I've got plenty of other bags I can kind of rotate it in the usage circuit with. So I think I'll be able to keep it looking nice and pristine. And in terms of color, I would really love to get like a toffee or a caramel color. I want something that's more of a transitional color that can be worn both in cold weather months where suede is most appropriate, but I could also potentially pull off in warmer weather months too. Granted, I live in San Francisco, so suede is something that would work for a lot of months throughout the year here because it is usually somewhere between like 50 and 65 degrees here. I would say that is the weather like 8 to 9 months out of the year. So suede's gonna work just fine, and I would really love to have that type of like very versatile type of color. And in terms of styles, there are a lot of different ones that I am interested in, a lot that look really beautiful. Some I've tried on, some I haven't, but some that are just kind of like coming to mind right now are from Celine. I think their Nino bag, I think I really like the teen size. That's one that I've tried on. Makes sense. You all know I'm kind of in my top handle era right now. It's very reminiscent of like a Chanel Coco handle, or even like my Fendi Peekaboo, kind of same type of shape. I've seen one there that's really nice. They've also got their, and I don't know how to say it. Is it the Besace? Besace. That bag I've also seen in a similar color in suede. I think both of those are really lovely. Bottega also has some really gorgeous ones, you know, like from the small hop. Obviously, I don't like the larger hop sizes. Those don't work for me, but like a small one could be beautiful, or even some of their andiamos. You know, I'd love to get another andiamo, maybe in like a mini size or something like that. So that could be really nice. So just like overall, I'm looking for a suede bag. Next up is an item that you all have seen on past wish lists before. And so that kind of shows you that these are long-term wish lists because these are wish lists from years ago. I still want the item. I don't know why I haven't got it yet, but what I would really love to get would be either a Lady Dior or a DJoy. But I kind of want like a special one, if you will. Like I do like the regular, like, you know, canage fabric, but I think the ones that are really speaking to me more are either the embellished ones or the exotic ones, and specifically for the DJoy, also the wicker version. You'll have seen me try, you know, a lot of these on before in past shopping vlogs. And I mean, I just think that both the DJoy and the Lady Dior are beautiful. I'm thinking I'd like to get them in either like the mini or the small size. Micro is too small. I'm not a micro girl. It's just not practical to me. And I feel like I also see a lot of influencers who've bought the micro sizes and then end up selling them because they're like, they're wildly impractical. I think, but a mini or a small would be great. And I really love, like I said, like the beautiful embellished versions, the ones with like sequins and beadings on them. They're almost more like special occasion bags, I feel like. Or I would also really love an exotic. I know, I'm kind of like in this exotic world right now. After getting my first exotic bag, my Fendi Peekaboo that I've been loving so much, I just can't help but kind of want a little bit more of exotic in my collection. I understand not everyone likes exotics, that is okay, and you are free to share your opinions in the comments below, but please keep it respectful. But I have tried on before and really love like a Lady Dior in the latte color. So it's like they're almost like white color. It's just slightly off of like a stark white. I think that's really beautiful. I've also seen in the DJoy version, there was like this metallic, like ombre, like light blue, grayish, lavender, lilac type of coloring throughout. It like was a gradient almost. So I thought that was beautiful. So again, I'm not sure exactly which one, but I think the reason that I haven't gotten one yet is because like I'm just personally not a huge Dior shopper. You know, they do a lot of like the block lettering on a lot of their stuff now. And so that's just not totally like my style or my vibe. But I think probably because I don't go into Dior for a lot of other things is probably why I haven't snapped one up yet. It's just not like as much on my shopping radar as some other brands are. But I do think with the DJoy and the Lady Dior, that might be something that I'm open to getting pre-loved because we know that Lady Dior's and DJ's also, they don't hold their original value as much when they make it to the resale market. So you can get them at a little bit of a discount. Like you can get a few $1,000s off of a Lady Dior. So who knows? Not sure if I would get one new or pre-loved, but definitely something that's on my wish list. And now we have another bag that you've also seen on past wish lists, and it is incredibly specific and incredibly hard to find. So I just haven't been able to find one that I want at the price that I'm willing to pay. So I would love to have a vintage small Chanel classic flap in white caviar leather with gold hardware, like the original 24 karat gold plated hardware. That to me is like one of the perfect bags. I mean, I am Persian and like white and gold, it's like in our blood, it's in our DNA. And so I want this bag so badly, but in order to find one in beautiful condition on the secondhand market, they are so expensive. And because it's white, and because obviously I want one from like the 90s, it is so hard to even just find any that are even on the pre-loved market in good condition. And then, you know, with the huge markup, because a lot of people want this type of bag, it's just really expensive. I have also seen that there is some type of like small or almost like mini vintage Chanel flat bag that's in like lizard, I think. And so that's like a very similar silhouette. So I'd be open to either one, but I just think that that is a classic bag. It would match so many different outfits, and we know it is incredible quality. It obviously stands the test of time because it's been made in the 90s. And so that is a bag that I would love to add one day. If somehow I get lucky and can find one at somewhat of a reasonable price, then I'd love to snap it up. Moving on from handbags, another thing that I would love to get would actually to be a new set of travel cosmetic bags, because mine are all over the place right now. I've obviously got my Prada one. You'll have seen that on my channel for, you know, my everyday makeup. Like that's fine. And that's great because it's washable, you know, like when your makeup breaks inside and glitter and stuff gets everywhere, you can just easily wash it, no big deal. But I can admit that when I travel, I am not low maintenance, I am high maintenance. And so right now I bring a total of 4 cosmetic bags when I travel. I bring 2 for like my skincare, deodorant, Q-tips, like things like that. And then I've got 1 for my not everyday makeup in the Prada bag, but like my more special occasion makeup, like lots of different eyeshadow palettes and highlighters and all my different lippies. For like for when I'm going on a trip and I want to get dolled up, I've got this like canvas top handle one. I really like to have a set that kind of all coordinates. So maybe I'll just end up getting a bunch of other Prada ones. But for the special occasion makeup one, I'd really like a top handle one. And I'm not sure if Prada actually does that style. I've seen a lot of their pouches. I've owned a lot of them over the years, but I'd really like a top handle one. So I'm not sure. But I know that Celine has some great cosmetic cases. I know that Louis Vuitton does. I know that Bottega does. So there are a lot of different options that I could go, but I just want like a set of coordinating ones so they just all look like they go together. I think that would be really nice and would be just a nice addition one day to add to my collection. I know you all are gonna like laugh a little bit at the next one because it's honestly kind of a lame wish list item, but I need it because I am a practical stylish girly. I am a PSG and so are you all. So I think you all can understand. Obviously, I live in San Francisco. It's kind of cold. And because it's also windy, like the typical like San Francisco uniform is to wear a puffer jacket. And you all know I've got some puffer jackets, but I would kind of like some like really chic puffer jackets that I can still wash. So I need 2 versions. Right now, I've got a couple puffer jackets that are short, but they're just not chic. Like I know that puffers are obviously puffy, so they don't do much for like your figure or your shape, but I don't know. I think maybe I need an even more oversized one to make the look a little more dramatic. So I don't just look like a chunky marshmallow. It's very clear that the jacket looks like a chunky marshmallow, but I need one of those, you know, for all throughout the day, from when I'm walking Joey in the morning, you know, going to the park. By the way, I also love that one of you all lives in my neighborhood and you said hello to me at, you know, the dog park, and that just made my day. You were literally the best. I've obviously seen you several times since then. She can also attest to the fact that I look terrible in the mornings. Oh my God, I don't wake up like this, but not that I look great now, but I look like homeless in the mornings when I take Joey out. But I wear puffer jackets then, I wear them to run errands, I wear them to the gym. So I'd like a short one, but I'd also like another long one. Now you all know I've actually got kind of like a mid-length Burberry one that's really great, but it's not quite warm enough for those bitter cold days. And you know, we only have a few months of that in San Francisco. It's not, you know, the whole year, but you know, from like end of December to like beginning of March. Like we're kind of in our bitter cold and rainy time right now. So I'd like a really long one, like a parka style with a hood, you know, with a belt, like something that's really warm and really insulated. So I guess I want like 2 chic puffer coats. Like that's really on the wish list. I don't know which ones, you know, there's obviously like Macage, Montclair, Canada Goose. You know, there are a lot of different brands. I kind of need to figure out which one I would really like to get, but those are just like some very practical items that I do need. And moving on to jewelry, as I talked about, you know, in my wish list video just a month ago, I am really looking to build out my fine jewelry collection this year. And I realized that there were quite a few jewelry pieces that I left off that I would really like. So the first one is more general. It's not tied to a specific designer or brand, but I would love to get a diamond pair of hoop earrings. I'm not sure exactly what size, something bigger than what I'm currently wearing, not one that just hugs around the ears, but something bigger. Obviously, in my last video, I talked about wanting a pair of Coco Crush hoops from Chanel. They've got diamond versions, they've got non-diamond versions, but like I want like a Coco Crush pair of hoop earrings, but I would also love like just specifically a diamond pair of hoop earrings. It doesn't have to be from a particular designer. And so that's something that I really want to look into and just kind of see like what the prices are. I feel like there's like a wide spectrum of prices in terms of like non-branded jewelry. So we'll see. And you'll obviously know, you see me in hoops virtually all of the time. I love hoop earrings. They are my favorite. I've channeled big hoop energy like ever since I was in middle school. I also used to wear like a lot of other types of earring styles too. And I am looking to kind of also get into like some more studs and things like that again. But you know, the heart wants what it wants. And I would really love a pair of diamond hoop earrings. In a similar fashion, I'm not officially putting this on the wish list because realistically, I do not think I can afford the one that I want. I would love a diamond tennis bracelet. Doesn't have to be branded, you know, I would just love a diamond tennis bracelet for like, you know, when I go on dates, when I want to get dressed up. I think that's like a really elegant pairing with any type of evening outfit, but I don't know what the prices are. They're very expensive though. And so I don't know if I can afford the one that I want, but that's something that I would love too. Now, in terms of like more specific jewelry pieces that I would like, I completely forgot to mention that I would love from Van Cleef, pretty much anything from their Frivolity line. Again, I always appreciate you all that correct me down in the comments below on how to pronounce it. You all are smarter than I am. But they have this just like beautiful little like dainty line of jewelry with these little flowers on them. They've got rings, they've got bracelets, they've got necklaces, they've got earrings. I mean, I would love a pair of the stud earrings. I would love like a little chain link bracelet with the little flower on it, or one of the rings. They've even got like the rings that go across multiple fingers that are nice. And what's beautiful is that there are different versions in the Frivole line. So they've got like these golden little flowers, and in the middle, there's like a gemstone for, what's that part called on the middle of the flower? Oh my God, I can't think of it. But you know, the middle part of the flower. So they have some diamond ones, obviously. I think that's like the bread and butter of the line, but they also have some ones with emeralds in them. And I love emeralds. You'll know how much I love the color green. So I think either one would be nice. I think getting the bracelet would stack really well with my Cartier bracelet here. So that would be a nice one. But just getting a ring I think would be really nice. And overall in terms of pricing, they're not too crazy. They cost less than some other rings that I want. So that would be something much more realistic in the near future that maybe I could pick up for myself. I also talked a lot about Bulgari Serpenti jewelry that I wanted in my last video. And I forgot to mention one that, again, I'm probably gonna butcher how I'm saying it, but it is the Bulgari Serpenti Tubogas bracelet. So it is like this thicker bracelet, still obviously in like the Serpenti family, but they've got a few different versions of this. I believe that this is actually a newer style for Bulgari. Don't quote me on exactly how new, but I think that this is a beautiful bracelet, and there are fewer versions of it, and the pricing is more dialed in, at least from what I saw on the website. Who knows? I'm sure there are much more expensive versions that aren't on the website, but I think that that would be a beautiful addition to my collection. And finally, the last piece that is on my wish list is actually something from the Cartier Panthère line, which I mentioned in my last video, but I forgot to mention this Mylon chain link bracelet. Again, I'm probably not pronouncing it correctly, but this is just a very sleek, streamlined, very pared back like chain link bracelet. This is really a bracelet that like, if you know, you know, but the average person wouldn't know that this is Cartier. And the reason I want this one and also the Bulgari one that I mentioned just earlier, the Tupugos one, so embarrassed by pronunciation, both of these ones, I think, although if you know luxury, you know that these are obviously like expensive, these are not like their hero items. These are not the best sellers. And I like that they're a little different. Because one thing I've been noticing is that like, at least with like a lot of luxury YouTubers and just like, you know, content creators in general, a lot of them are like looking to have like, they've got very similar like jewelry stacks. And so I want a few pieces that feel a little bit different. Obviously, you know, I'm not so like unique and trendy and all of that, but I don't want to have the exact same stack as everyone else in the world. So, you know, it's just, I would just like something a tiny bit different. And I think these last two pieces are ones that not everyone goes after as their first jewelry pieces. So those are some other bracelets that I would love to add to my collection. So that, I believe, wraps up my luxury wish list for this year. Now, who knows? I'm sure there are even more items that I forgot, but that's what I think the list is for now. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you didn't already tell me last time, please tell me what is on your wish list for this year. I love it when we've got some of the same items, you know, like that's always a lot of fun to be twinning, but also I love when you all have like wildly different items on your wish list, because a lot of times you all give me inspiration for things to look into. So definitely let me know down in the comments below. But overall, thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I would really love it if you could just give this video a little like. Just give it a thumbs up down in the corner below. And if you haven't already, what are you doing? You need to subscribe to my channel so that way you can get all my latest content about all things shopping delivered straight to you. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Lily and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye everyone.